All right, so we'll find out here if it'll work or not. So like I was saying, we are going to be using Google My Maps to help us figure out some of this stuff. Again, lights are red, so make sure we're not distracting ourselves or others. I know some of you are still working on getting definitions done. Please pause that so you can see what's going on up here. Once I'm done explaining this, you will have the rest of class time to work on definitions and Google My Map. Okay? So remember, through modules, and I'll kind of show us where to go. Going to go to today's classwork. With Google, it won't let me do that. It'll say like I can't because it's going to a different link. Otherwise, I would. Thank you for the reminder because sometimes that happens, right? So you're going to go to this out to see how to use Google My Maps. This next part is important. So link to how to use Google My Maps, that's a video that some dude did on YouTube. You don't have to go to that now, but if you want more information on how to use Google My Maps, this link can help you. What I need for you to do is go to link to Google My Maps. So you're going to go to this link here. Okay? Now, your screen is going to look different. Once you click on the Google My Maps, it's going to look different for you. You're going to have like, it's going to be like red or orangish red. Okay? Well, no, the border of it. So click on it and you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's going to look different. So I want to show you how you are going to set up your map. Okay? So on mine, since I'm the one that created this, it looks different. What you are going to have to do is click on, no thank you. I need for you to look up here. Okay? So close that.
What's it on?
When you click on Google My Maps, what you're going to have to do, because you're going to have 3 dots, but you are also going to have like 3 lines over here. So on Google My Maps, you're going to click the 3 lines part. Don't click the 3 dots, click the 3 lines. When you click the 3 lines, your first choice is going to be create a new map. So you're going to want to create a new map. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do some of the stuff we need to do. Like I said, it looks different. Please don't come up to me and say, Mr. Seaboard, it looks different. I know, I'm telling you that. Okay? So once you've clicked a new map, you will be able to, it's going to say create new map for you. Okay? I want to show us a couple of things that we will use Google My Maps for and some of the things you can do with it. So one of the things that makes Google My Maps different than Google Maps is you have the ability to customize your maps. So we are actually going to use this to put information on the maps that is going to help us to meet our approaching learning goal of knowing where things are and being able to find them. Okay? So one of the ways that we will do that is by adding markers. Adding a marker is a way for you to put something on the map. Okay? So to kind of show us what that looks like, we are going to, okay, so we're having a bit of trouble with shouting out today. We've talked about that before. We're disturbing the video. We are going to put a marker, well, I am, on Platt Purchase Middle School so you can see how to do it. Okay? So there are 2 ways. You can either, actually we could do Statue of Liberty. So you can search for something and it will take you there, or you can zoom in on it. No matter how you choose to get to the area, here's how you're going to add a marker. So you see this bar right here? You're going to go to the thing that looks like a marker that you use on every GPS thing, the little marker, and it's going to say add a marker. So you're going to click on that. When you click on add a marker, Your mouse pointer is going to turn from a pointer, or I know some of you have a finger or whatever. It's going to turn to a little plus sign. It's going to turn to the little like crosshair. Wherever you put the crosshair is where it will drop your marker. And the cool thing is, once you've dropped your marker, and we're going to call this Statue of Liberty. Once you have named your marker, no matter if you zoom in or out, it is going to keep that marker there. So here's what we are going to do. For us, remember, you don't need to have the Statue of Liberty on your map. That is not what Mr. Seymour needs you to learn. The things that you're going to put on your map are our 6 vocab words. Okay? One of the nice things with adding a marker is that you can put information. You can type in information. So what you all are going to do for like the Italian Peninsula, when you put your marker on the Italian Peninsula, you can type in the definition of what the Italian Peninsula is. So that way when you click on the marker, it will show you your definition. So that's how we can remember and find. Okay? Once you click Save, it will put that marker there. You can change the color of the marker. Okay? And again, once you have put your marker down, no matter how far you zoom in or zoom out, your marker will be there so you can see it. Okay? The second thing we are going to learn how to do is outline a shape. So to do that, you're going to go to Draw a Line, which is the little thing, it looks like the little triangle. And you're going to click Add a Line or a Shape.
It's the little triangle line.
Okay. So it is on the same bar if you created a new one. So there's a video that can help you. I can help you after this.
Okay.
So to create a line, you're going to click the little thing where it says Draw a Line, Add a Line or a Shape. And again, it's going to turn your pointer into crosshairs. We are going to outline Kansas because that's easy, right? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that way I can see what I want to outline. Again, do you all need to outline Kansas on your map? No, that is not what you are learning. Okay? So once I click, it is going to turn the crosshair into a little circle. And then as I drag, it's going to make a line. Now, it is very important that you hear me with this. You do not have to be absolutely perfect. So you see how over here on Kansas, there's some really detailed like shapes? You don't have to do that because what's going to happen if your 2 circles click each other, if you have 2 overlapping circles, it's going to think that you're done and you're not going to be able to outline the shape. So you don't have to make it so perfect that you have overlapping circles because that's not what our goal is. Okay? So don't be super perfect, but you should not just have a straight up box either. So if I'm going to do Kansas, I'm going to draw a line. Okay? And again, I want to make sure I'm outlining it because I basically just need to know the basic idea. Okay? So you see Kansas is not a perfect square. So I'm just going to make sure that my lines or my circles are not overlapping. Okay? And to finish my shape, I'm going to click on the circle that I started on, and you see how it's shaded in Kansas. Okay? This is how you will know you've done it correctly because it will shade it in. And this is why you don't need to be perfect. So when you're doing the Italian Peninsula, like over here, you don't have to make it curve exactly around, but it should not be a straight line. You want to stick it out so we basically know what it looks like. Once you have made a line or made a shape, Again, you've typed in your definitions already. I would copy and paste the definition for like the Italian Peninsula on the marker and on the highlighted part, so that way you've got it in several spots. Once you have saved your shape, you can change the color of the shape.
Pink.
Pink. Okay? And you can change how see-through it is.
Transparent.
Right? You can make it where it's pretty transparent to where you can barely tell that it's shaded in. You can make it so that it is super dark and not see-through at all. That's going to be important because remember, for like Italy, we're going to be putting lots of things on there. I would say make the Italian Peninsula pretty transparent, and then things like the mountains and rivers, make them a little less transparent, so that way you can see where the peninsula is, you can see where the seas are, and they aren't matching, they aren't blending into each other. Okay? So take advantage of that transparency, so that way you can see everything and learn where everything is. Okay? So, what you all are going to do on Google My Maps, you are going to put a marker for each of these things. The Italian Peninsula, the fertile plains, you're not going to be able to do today. Tomorrow, as part of our classwork, you're going to get a reading, a classroom reading, that's going to tell you where the fertile plains in Italy are. So, we will do fertile plains, but that's tomorrow, not today. Today, you should get Italian Peninsula, Apennine Mountains, Alps Mountains, Tiber River, Mediterranean Sea, Pompeii, and Mount Vesuvius. Okay? You need to get a marker on each of those things, and then you need to outline the peninsula, where the Apennines Mountains are, where the Alps are, where the Tiber River is, where the Mediterranean Sea is. Outline where Pompeii is. Mount Vesuvius you won't really be able to outline because it's just one mountain, so you'll have a marker there. Okay? Any questions on what you are doing for the rest of class? Again, vocab first, so if you need to finish getting your definitions, do that, and then you can work on getting your Google My Map. Okay? Awesome. Oh, my mouse is here. Okay, before I start helping people, I am going to stop our recording.